Hello guys, Fresh Fish Productions here, and today we'll be talking about the episode Gordon and Spencer. This was the most voted video on my polls, so I thought, hey, why not do a video about it? I have so many video ideas at the moment, so yes. Gordon and Spencer is one of my favourite episodes, but why, I might hear you ask. Today I'm going to talk about it, starting with the sections, which are plot/structure, characters, trivia, music, production stuff, you know. So let's get into part 1 of the video where we talk about this. Part 1, structure/plot. In terms of plot, it isn't too complicated. In this episode, Gordon is being very boastful and prideful, well, at least at the beginning. He thinks he'll be the Duke and Duchess's private engine to take to Maron Station for the party. However, he realises that the Duke and Duchess have their own private engine, an LNER A4 called Spencer. Gordon, being quite jealous, is quite upset, and Spencer is pretty prideful about it. Gordon suggests that Spencer take some water before the party, however, Spencer doesn't, and then he gets stuck on the hill, and Gordon has to come and rescue him, and Gordon saves the day essentially. However, despite the plot not being one of the most complicated, it is a great one for Season 7. Now, Season 7 had just calm and relaxing stories that you could enjoy. That's what I love about Season 7 so much. I think Season 7 is one of my favourite seasons of all time. I think it's even better than Season 5, although that might be a discussion for another day. I love Season 7 so much, and this episode kind of sums up why. It's a calm, relaxing story, but with great character development, which we are actually going to get into next. I haven't got much else to say about the plot and the structure of the episode. It's a great one, it's a nice simple one, that's all I could ask. So let's get on to part 2 of this video. Part 2, characters. Let's first talk about Thomas. Now, Thomas doesn't play a major part in this episode. However, whenever someone says something, Thomas just seems very uninterested. And I really love that. Considering Thomas wasn't in character after Season 7, aside from the occasional moments, feels like a nice final hooray, aside from 3 cheers for Thomas, obviously. Here are some of the best clips from Thomas in this episode, and this I just find hilarious.
He'll be in trouble soon, sighed Thomas. What do you think of Spencer now? Whispered Thomas. Too much puff and not enough steam.
James is quite a poser towards Spencer until Spencer stalls on the hill, which is quite funny in this episode.
This is Spencer, he's the fastest engine in the world.
Now let's talk about the newest character in this episode, Spencer. Spencer is a great Thomas character, although he is pretty flat at this point because the only purpose he actually serves at this point is to develop Gordon's character. Not really much else. He's kind of a pompous engine like Gordon. He is basically just a carbon copy of Gordon, but we'll get back to that in a minute because that actually helps Gordon in this story. Spencer's a pretty simple character on the surface, but he'll get better later on, and I can't wait to talk about his future episodes. However, not really much to say about Spencer. He is a bit of an idiot getting stuck on the hill, which is kind of like an Edward and Gordon, which we shall be talking about next with Gordon, the big engine. Overall, Spencer's a pretty good character, but let's talk about the character that lifts this episode, Gordon. Gordon is the true reason why this episode is great. Of course, I'm a little bit biased because Gordon is my favourite character, if that wasn't kind of already obvious, but in truth, Gordon is such a great character, and the main reason why I love Gordon so much is because of his great character development, and in this episode, the final classic series Gordon episode ever, his character journey comes full circle. And I'm going to do a little comparison to another episode, which is Edward and Gordon. This is a random comparison, and I know a lot of you will be thinking, hey, what does this episode have to do with Gordon and Spencer? Well, let's imagine that Gordon is Spencer in Scepter, Edward is Gordon. Do you see something? Edward's the wiser, older engine, and Gordon's the young one that's being taught a lesson. However, he F's up on the hill and Edward goes to rescue him. Sounds familiar, right? This is where Gordon starts his character journey across the whole show. This is where Gordon's the younger engine being taught a lesson, which is a mirror to Spencer. And in the final classic series episode that Gordon stars in, Gordon has gone from the student to the teacher, and Spencer is the student that's being taught. I find that really cool, and I only realised this after watching Spencer's Gordon video. Watch that video, by the way, it's awesome. But in short, Gordon carries this episode more than I can describe. It feels like a parallel in a way. This is where Gordon's character journey in the classic series comes full circle. However, this isn't the last time Gordon will grow and develop as a character, because I would like to talk about Squeak, Rattle and Roll in the future as well. But in short, Gordon is amazing in this episode along with every other character. I'd say season 7 was definitely Gordon's season. That's all I have to say about the characters. Now let's get on to the trivia and the production stuff, starting with the trivia. Part 3, Trivia. If you look closely behind Wellsworth Station, you can see Edward. This is a shot from the episode Edward's Brass Band, which was also being filmed at the same time as this episode. Random, I know. Also, this is the only classic series episode where Spencer actually speaks. He made like 2 appearances before this, and this is the only time he spoke in the whole classic series. This also has 3 speaking English dubs. It has the Micheal Angelis one from 2003 with Mike and Junior's score. It also has Michael Brandon's one with Robert Hartshorn's score. And for the New Friends with Thomas DVD, they used the Micheal Angelis dub, although they did it with Robert Hartshorn's score, which is kind of crazy, although this did appear on that DVD. It is mental seeing how many dubs this episode has had. And that does it for trivia. Now let's get on to the music and production value. Part 4, production/music. In terms of production value, there's not much else to say. It looks exactly like the rest of Season 7. Season 7 had some really nice sets, like the Gordon's Hill set, which appears quite a lot in this episode. It is a really nice set, and I think it's probably one of the best appearances from Gordon's Hill. It has reused stock footage, like basically any Season 7 episode does. It's an understandable criticism, I know. They use stock footage from Thompson the Jet Engine, and I think they use stock footage from the episode Edward and Gordon as well at one point. I can't think of anything else. That wraps up today's video. I'm sorry I didn't upload anything yesterday. That's because I was working on this at the time of recording this bit, so yeah. I hope you all had a good day, and yeah. Thank you for watching my channel, and help me get to 300, please. But yeah, sorry I haven't uploaded as much recently, but have a nice day. Don't be a Duncan.